In the headlines, police detain Kaduna school teachers over the death of student. 7 dead, 3 injured in Osun auto crash. Female co-member regained freedom in Zamfara. On the foreign scene, Hamas says overnight Israeli air raids killed 55 people in Gaza. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Abdurrahman Omar. Thanks for joining. Now the news in full. A 19-year-old student of a private school in Kofar Kuyambana, Zaria, Marwan Nuhu Sambo, has been allegedly killed by teachers of the college. The student, who was in JSS 3, was reported to have lost his life as a result of severe beating and corporal punishment by the teachers. Confirming the incident, the Kaduna State Police Command Public Relations Officer SP Mansoor Hassan said 2 suspects have so far been arrested and more coming. The report.
Rukaya Sambo, a sister to the deceased, said her late brother was asked to repeat his class after a promotional examination, adding that the late Marwanu declined to repeat and stopped going to the school.
He was later taken to the principal, where he was stripped naked and further beaten till he could no longer breathe. In fact, he attempted to run away, but the school prefects were asked to apprehend him and bring him back to the principal's office.
Isa Saidu, a relative of the deceased, alleged that the boy was severely beaten by the teachers to the extent that he lost his life. We only heard rumors that our son is dead and had been taken to a nearby hospital, so we rushed to confirm. We met the medical officer that attended to the boy, and he told us that the student was brought to the hospital dead. He explained that his schoolmates confirmed that late Marwan was given 100 lashes in the school assembly, where his teeth were broken in the process. He called on relevant authorities to take necessary action to bring the culprits to book.
The Borno Police Command on Friday confirmed the arrest of 2 suspects, Adamu Ibrahim and Bukar Wadia, for allegedly killing one Fatima Bukar, a 24-year-old housewife. Bukar was a resident of Dikichiri, Bangidan Dambe area of Maiduguri Metropolis, Borno State. This is contained in a statement signed by the spokesperson of the command, ASP Sani Kamilu, and made available to newsmen in Maiduguri on Friday. According to him, preliminary investigation revealed that before the incident, the couple had some domestic dispute over an alleged extramarital affair by the husband at their matrimonial home. He explained that the house where the incident happened was secured, adding that during the search, some exhibits were recovered, including 1 short pistol, a bag, rope, a rock carpet stained with blood, knife, a Honda vehicle, and a Morocco stained pillow. Kamilu said that there was no evidence of constructive breakage for entry into the house, and only the husband has the key to the house. Meanwhile, the National Youth Service Corps NYSC has disclosed that one of the female prospective corps members abducted in Zamfara out of the 7 in captivity, and the bus driver has been released. In a statement signed by the Director of Press and Public Relations, Idimogwa, it was disclosed that the release was secured through the help of security agencies on October 20, 2023, about 12:30 p.m. He said the scheme was confident that with the combined efforts of security agencies, the rest of the prospective corps members still in captivity will be released. 7 out of 7 commuters, including a couple, have lost their lives in an auto crash at the Ogidi village axis along the Oshobo-Wangan Road in Osun State. The accident involved a Ash Colony St. Sharon car with registration number WWD57AE. According to an eyewitness account, the vehicle's driver, who was said to be traveling from Oshobo to Odemu, was at high speed, lost control and fell into a ditch. The sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC in Osun State, Henry Benamisi, who confirmed the auto crash, revealed that 10 persons were involved in the accident. He explained that 7 commuters, including a couple, died, while 3 others sustained injuries. The FRSC board disclosed that the injured victims were rushed to the Osun State University Teaching Hospital, Oshobo, while the remains of the deceased have been deposited in the morgue at the hospital. Benamisi said operatives of the Nigeria Police Force joined the FRSC officials in the operation, adding that 2 bags containing clothes were recovered from the scene. He advised motorists to always drive carefully and obey all traffic rules to avoid road crashes that may lead to loss of lives and property. 3 persons were reported missing after a wooden passenger boat was gutted by fire shortly after taking off at Kacha community in Kacha local government area of Niger State on Friday. According to an eyewitness, Abdul Malik Adamu, the incident happened at about 6 p.m. shortly after the boat finished loading goods and passengers who were returning to their villages after the weekly Kacha market day. He said the boat operator was powering the engine when it caught fire, forcing the passengers to scamper for safety. Confirming the incident, the leader of the boat operators in Kacha said the boat was burned to ashes along with goods worth millions of naira. He confirmed that 3 persons, who are mostly children, are yet to be accounted for. Local divers at the boat dock helped in evacuating some of the victims and quickly distanced the burning boat from others. The boat was ferrying passengers to Zakanti, Dambo and other reverend communities in Kacha and Agay local government areas of Niger State. In the meantime, hundreds of school children in Gadawa and neighboring villages in Danmusa local government area of Kazana were sent out of the school as a military unit turns the primary school into a military camp. This development was a reaction to the resurgence of bandit activities in the aftermath of the abduction of over 300 secondary school students in Danmusa and Dusama local government areas of Kazana State. Here's the report.
Gadawa village, situated along the Dusama-Kankara road, became a perfect location for the military camp, with Gadawa Primary School taken over as a ready-made infrastructure for the unit. The school, according to locals, had about 370 pupils from Gadawa and neighboring villages. However, with the military takeover of the facility, many pupils were forced out of school. On a visit to the area, our reporter gathered that about 70 children were still attending classes in an uncompleted mud house that has neither roof nor doors and windows, a situation that makes their condition of learning deplorable. Lamenting the situation, some of the parents expressed their dismay as they have made several attempts to reach out to the government for help, but failed to reach their target.
To abin da dai yake dan damu mu yanzu kuma domin Allah muna buƙatar abu kamar islamoyin nan da ake yi kamar masallacin juma'a da bamu da shi gashi mun sa gini abu ya tsaya mu.
Actually, we used to have about 370 pupils in that school, but unfortunately the majority of them are now just roaming about the streets, while others help their parents in hawking wares. The house where our children are learning is not in the real sense habitable because during the rainy season, children cannot use the building because it has no roof, which makes the whole place muddy. Similarly, the children cannot use the place during the dry season because the heat will be unbearable. Now that we are approaching the Harmattan season, you can only imagine how cold it will be without a roof. The future of this community is bleak as the vast majority of its children cannot obtain a good education.
Yaran nan namu dai ba yanda zai a ce dai an zanna ba wani ilimi a kansu. Shine aka ce to mutanen gari suka hada kai to.
We really want our children to be educated, but unfortunately there is no space for them. It is about 3 years now since the takeover following the insecurity that bedeviled our area. We woke up one day only to see that the army had taken over the school and converted it into their camp. We appeal to the government to provide another place for the army or build another school for the children. We have children from Gadawa here, known as Sabon Garin Dan Adi. There is another Gadawa, which is the old village from where our village got its name. Most of them now, especially the Fulani children, have now dropped out. I am appealing to the government to help our children because without education, some of them will grow into miscreants that will in turn harm the society. We first of all sat at our level and discussed the way out of the deteriorating state of the education that young ones are exposed to. We then took the matter to the elders of our community, and together we decided to take the matter to the Damusa local education authorities after consulting the teachers of the affected schools. But unfortunately, after several attempts, we couldn't get our complaints through.
Another resident of the community, Tasiu Umara, said it was unfortunate that some children who completed their primary school in the area could not correctly write their names due to the poor teaching and learning environment.
The candidate of the Social Democratic Party SDP in Imo State, Bride Ekwembele, says Governor Hope Uzodinma has performed below expectations in the area of security. Ekwembele stated this while addressing Imo electorate in Owerri, where he promised a result and people-oriented approach to solving the problems of insecurity. Trustibis Ajibade has more.
The fight against insecurity in Imo State has lingered for as long as Governor Hope Uzodinma's administration has lasted. The promise of a result and people-oriented approach to solving insecurity by Ekwembele is coming at a time residents of the state are in their need of solutions to the many challenges bedeviling the state, especially the issues of insecurity.
I'm coming to represent Imo State for better in Jesus' name. Presently, security in Imo State is zero. But we are coming to correct it. And I've answered different interviews and I said security is local. That by the time I get into power, within 100 days in office, I shall restore security in Imo State.
For the SDP, the recycling of old politicians is the major cause of lack of political will and innovation towards delivering the dividends of democracy. They urge Imo electorate to look beyond old politicians who have not proffered solutions, but rather compounded the problems of the state.
There is no big way. The big ways are the masses, and the masses make choice of who they want to lead them. And I'm sure the masses are the people's choice. So there is no fear because the people select. Everybody has equal stake. All the political parties in this election has equal stake. It is the Imolites that decides who governs them. And going by that, and going by the message we have for Imolites, and going by the acceptance we have received across wards, across local government, there is no fear. We are sure of victory come November 11th.
The entire SDP is very glad for such a vibrant man to come out and for contest to stand to win this election. We have no doubt whether he's going to win it. He stands firm and he's going to capture it. Nothing will stop it.
The state chairman of the party, however, reinstated the proposed social contract between the party and residents of the state as a clear indication of their resolve never to renege in their promises.
Governance being in the hands of the youth. No recycled politician. Youth are the leaders of today.
The major problem currently facing the state is insecurity being perpetrated by certain persons believed to be operating under the guise of secessionists, a condition residents of the state said is being mismanaged by the incumbent governor. Ajibade Praise, Trust TV News, Owerri.
The Independent National Electoral Commission has warned political parties to desist from separating fake news ahead of the November 11 Bayelsa, Kogi and Imo governorship election. The Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman Rotimi Oyekanmi gave this warning in a statement in Abuja. This came following a statement by the Social Democratic Party that INEC was configuring by modern voter accreditation system machines at the Government House Lokoja to manipulate the state governorship election. Oyekanmi, however, said that the configuration of Bibers was done simultaneously and exclusively in INEC offices in Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi by teams deployed from the national headquarters, Abuja. You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up after the break. Jigawa residents address rising cost of living. Details of that and more after the break. Please stay with us.
Are you interested in the latest news and developments in Nigerian politics, policy, governance, and other critical national issues? Look no further than Daily Politics on Trust TV. Our panel of experts and key people in government provide in-depth analysis and commentary on the biggest stories in Nigerian politics.
And 33.3 million Nigerians are suffering from multidimensional poverty. It's a much calmer Buhari than the Buhari who was in the khaki uniform.
Naira to Naira X rate is higher anywhere in the world. The Naira is higher than the exchange rate. So you want to change central bank governor you're doing, you must do it fast.
Number of casualties we have had, we shouldn't have had. Security as far as Nigeria is concerned, we have wronged.
From the inner workings of government to the latest on legislation, rule of law, implementation, and democracy, we have you covered. Don't miss out on the latest political news and discussion. Tune in to Daily Politics, weekdays on Trust TV, your source for reliable and unbiased coverage of Nigerian politics.
Hello guys, welcome to Showtime.
I don't even believe there's any other industry that will handle me like movie industry.
Yeah.
I told you I'm deep and soaked into movie industry.
In secondary school, there's Fatima and Mariam Adamu, and then we sort of took the names of the characters in that cartoon.
I think entertainers themselves need to wake up and smell the coffee and say, diversification is the way to go. Yes, you can sing or make great beats or, act in a film, but what else can you do?
I became one of the best makeup artists in Nigeria. I won AMA Award Best Makeup Artist.
Do you think we are having the fool to, when I talk to you, you start straight? Attention!
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is the news update on Trust TV, and here is a recap of some of our top stories. Police detain Kaduna school teachers over the death of student. And 7 death, 3 injured in Osun auto crash. Now to other stories. 3 police inspectors serving with Ogun State Command, Ekanoba Loki, Paul Sunday, and Edwin Ekogo, have to face disciplinary action for their alleged involvement in extorting money from the commercial motorcyclist around Mau bus stop, Abado, in Efo local government area of the state. The spokesperson for the State Police Command, SP Omolola Odutola, disclosed this in a statement made available to journalists on Sunday. The 3 inspectors were said to have been caught on camera while the video capturing their unprofessional conduct had gone viral. They were alleged to have committed the illegal act on October 19, 2023. Artisans in Jigawa State have again appealed to the federal government to make sure the soaring price of foodstuff and other essential needs in Nigerian markets come down for the common man to survive the current economic hardship. They made the appeal following the rise in the cost of living occasioned by the removal of fuel subsidy by the government at the center. Trust TV's Adam Imam report.
Residents of Dutse, the Jigawa state capital, are calling on the federal and state governments to do the needful within the shortest possible time to salvage the country, as the rising cost of living is gradually becoming unbearable for Nigerians. The government should think wisely and help bring down the price of fuel so that people will not struggle so much. If you look back, despite the fuel scarcity, the masses did not suffer this much. Those of us that run small businesses are facing a lot of challenges. Our financial strength cannot meet our needs. If we go to markets now, the little money we hold cannot buy much, so we must look for alternative ways, or we give up. Honestly, the poor people are feeling the heat. A traditional cab maker in Yelwawa community says they are tired of promises of putting things in the right direction from the government, insisting that rather policies of the government are creating more hardship for the citizenry through the fuel subsidy removal.
Visit a place of handwork like Mekane village. It's a place where you can have people at least that are having a handwork, about 100 or more than. Now if you go there, the number of people that are having handwork will not be more than 50. Where are they? They left the city.
They noted that the recent federal government rice palliative distribution in the state was not enough to address the challenges of the common man. Adamu Imam, Trust TV News, Jigawa.
Muslims in Osun State have been charged to shun divisive tendencies and parochial interests to ensure oneness among the adherents of Islam in the state. The president of Osun State Muslim Community OSMC, Mustafa Olawi, gave the charge in Osogbo, the state capital. He said the recent peaceful transition in the leadership of Osun State Muslim Community is an indication of rare cooperation and understanding among Muslims in the state. Olawi called for unity among Muslims and Islamic organizations in Osun State in order to achieve the goals of OSMC.
The first thing is unity. Every Muslim organizations in the state should unite, fight with one voice, come together, have a team spirit, so that whatever we need, we don't jettison our rights for parochial interests. That is very important. And two, we should make Islam first in anything that we are doing. Once we follow Islam, there will be peace, there will be progress, there will be unity, there will be happiness. But if we just proclaim to be Muslims without practicing Islamic tenets, we are only deceiving ourselves. So what we want to do is that we want to continue trying to enlighten people on the tenets of Islam.
Now, on the international scene, Israel launched an airstrike on a mosque in the occupied West Bank, with Palestinian officials reporting that at least 2 people were killed in the attack. Israel's military said the strike on the Al-Ansar mosque early on Sunday killed several members of Hamas and Islamic Jihad who had been using the building as a command center. Footage on social media appeared to show heavy damage to the mosque located in Jenin refugee camp, and medics rushing to the scene. The Palestinian Health Ministry said 2 men were killed in strike. Following the strike, some residents received fake messages on their phone warning them against collaborating with the Jenin Brigade, one of the largest and most popular groups in the West Bank. The messages also said to keep children inside. The strike came as Israel continued its bombardments of Gaza overnight after military officials pledged to step off air raids on the enclave to minimize risks to Israeli troops ahead of an expected ground offensive. The Jenin refugee camp, which is populated by descendants of Palestinians dispossessed of their land during the establishment of Israel in 1948. Finally, on sports news, Isaac Chamberlain beat Michael Lowell on points to become the new British cruiserweight champion at London's York Hall. Chamberlain, 29, produced a steady and composed performance over 12 rounds. Defending champion Lowell struggled throughout, and all three judges gave Chamberlain a wide points win, 119-11. 118-11 and 118-111. Lowell slumped to his first defeat in 18 fights, while Chamberlain improved his record to 16 wins and 2 losses. Chamberlain lost a back-and-forth encounter with Bellam Smith last year, 9 months before his British rival won the WBO belt. An emotional Chamberlain declined to call anyone out after his win, instead saying the victory was a testament to his belief in himself. Still on sports news, Dana White says the UFC is considering signing Michael Venom Page after the British fighter attended his event in Abu Dhabi on Saturday. Page, 36, is a free agent after his contract with Bellator expired in July. The welterweight has fought most of PRO career in Bellator, but UFC President White opened the door to a switch. Page has a record of 21 wins and 2 losses at last fought in March. The Briton defeated Goiti Yamochi via a first-round finish and is considered one of the most stylish stand-up fighters in MMA. Page also attended UFC London in July, and his appearance in Abu Dhabi at UFC 294 will fuel rumors he may be out to sign for the MMA promotion. And with that, we have come to the end of the Trust News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our media platforms and our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentary. I am Abdurrahman Omar. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.